Actually, this wasn't a large brush fire. This is probably like a small one. There was some times when this entire field would go up from one end to the other. What happened was, in Michigan, well actually around Detroit, most of the kids around there are pyros. And what happens is, you can ask Ray Bell about this. He knows quite well. He goes to Detroit every year and helps fight fires at on Devil's Night. What happens is they set like 200 houses on fire, and I guess the kids around there get the idea from all the houses burning down, so they burn this brush field down every year. So this year it wasn't that big. I remember times when it went from one side to the other, and the field was about probably about 5 football fields long, or maybe even longer, and it was pretty wide too. And there was houses on the other side of it. And I remember one time Dan Donnelly, me, and James Dyerherd, and the flames were like going towards this guy's house. We had brooms and shovels, and we got over on the other side, and the flames were flicking up right on us, and we were like putting that fire out, because if we didn't, it was going to get to the guy's house. And what happened was, this field was so huge, the small little fire department that was out there would send out like 2 or 3 guys. There's the guys right there, 2 or 3 firefighters, and they weren't, they didn't have enough guys to put the whole thing out. And the kids would always come like this. Here are some kids like helping to put it out, and there's a kid jumping through the flames. Probably one of Dan Donnelly's brothers. Yeah, there was one of Dan Donnelly's brothers right there. I think that's Patrick. So that's pretty funny. But anyways, sometimes I don't know, it was like every fall or something, or in the spring, early spring, that these kids would set this thing on fire. And those poor firefighters would have to come out every year and put it out, so it would be like all burn away like that. So anyways, that's about that. There's one of the firefighters. I can't believe they let those kids actually help them. It's going pretty good right there. Wow, it's really going there. That's how it was going when it was going for the guy's house. Me and Dan Donnelly and James Dyerherd, and we were on the other side of that flame like that, knocking it down so it didn't burn the guy's house down. I guess you could say that was our first firefighting experience. It's really going there. Wow, it looks like there's even water in that field when it's burning. It was just a grass field. I guess every year burning down, it never got any trees in there because of that.
Dan, why don't you go stand in front of it?
Look at the water in the ruts. Can't believe it can burn like that with all that water around. Yeah, there's some of Dan Donnelly's brothers right there. I'm sure Dan Donnelly will send this video to his brothers. His crazy brothers. They're getting right into those flames. Patrick and Chris and David. I don't see David. There's a Palazola. That's Dan Donnelly's crazy neighbor. He probably started that fire. Kids with matches. Now see those guys right there? Those were the local potheads. They were probably out there probably trying to protect the marijuana plants that they had growing out there somewhere. Another thing about that area is in the brush in the fields, kids would grow big, huge marijuana plants every summer. By the end of the summer, they'd be 7 to 8 feet tall marijuana plants out there. And we know some of the people that used to grow this stuff out there. Some of our friends that like to smoke pot. There's Palzola again. That firefighter's taking the brim away from him. That's funny. He's probably all pissed off. I think they were paid back then. I'm not sure. They're paid today. I think it's Shelby Township Fire Department that would have to respond to that field. And their fire station wasn't very far from that field either. It was probably like within a half a mile of that field. Well, see, that time the whole field didn't burn. There was times that whole entire field would burn all the way from one end to the other. And there's the railroad tracks, and that's a fire truck back in there. That's the area where the kids used to grow the marijuana plants. Oh, there's some of Dan Donnelly's brothers. I don't know who that kid is, but that's Palzola. We're next to him. Something looks like happened bad to that van there. Oh, that's Dan Donnelly's car. A Toyota MR2. I remember his dad said that if he bought that car, he was going to be disowned for buying a Toyota. He says you can't park that car in the driveway. But hey, it's got no tags on it. Wonder why. And what's it doing in the driveway? I thought your dad said you're not allowed to park it in the driveway. People up in Michigan work for the car companies, and they didn't like their kids buying foreign cars or cars that were not from their car company. Like Mr. Pearl worked for Ford, and every one of the kids had a Ford car, and they were not allowed to have a Chevy. Definitely not a Toyota. I think that's Patrick. There's the railroad tracks. That train used to come by like twice a day back then. Snow. Well, I guess it's Michigan. They get a lot of snow. Well, it looks like there was snow after they had that fire. Oh my God, I can't believe it. That's the steps to our tree house. There it is. Oh my, I can't believe it's in this video. We had a tree house up there, and it was like 2 stories. And I can't remember quite right, but someone fell out of that. I think it was James or Dan that fell out of it one time. They were on a rope or something. Well, that's Dan Donnelly's neighbor. He was a Polish, and I don't know, something about that guy. Boy, that's a rusty old truck. I think they had a feud going on with that guy across the street. They didn't like him too much. The Donnellys didn't like him. This is the store we used to go to get like pizza and stuff. Oh, it was a 7-Eleven. I didn't even know that. But they had pretty good pizza there. There's Dan Donnelly's neighbor, the other one. Palazzola. There's my old house. That was on Chapman Road. Well, there's our greenhouse. You can actually see the greenhouse. And here comes the train. Dan Donnelly and James Dyer rode that train one time. They got that train to stop. They gave the conductor like the finger or something like that, and it stopped. And after that guy got done running around out chasing after him, they hopped on the train and they rode it to where it goes to. It took them like all day to walk back, or all night, or something like that. They didn't get back to the next day. There was a bridge right there that the train is going over a bridge. Back in those days, the train had a caboose on it. You'll see it. They don't have cabooses anymore. Nice train, huh? That rail's shut down now. There it is. There's the caboose. Very nice. It was a nice place to grow up. Oh, there's James. Boy, he had long hair back then.
He said, "Fuck you, Al."
And that's it.